Rising. It's good to see everyone. We're being prepped for takeoff. And you might be experiencing a lot of changes maybe going on inside the body. The reality is shifting, right? So you're shifting, your vessel is shifting, and the reality around you that you're experiencing is shifting. Once your frequency changes, everything around you begins to change to match that frequency. So that's why sometimes when you go through this, you could be going through a lot of pains, and you could be going through a lot of quiet. You could start seeing a lot of synchronicities, and it all starts coming together. So it's good to see everyone. If you're live right now and you hear me crystal clear, just hit 555 in the chat. I appreciate everyone being here. This was a very powerful, it was a great week, very powerful week, and now we're ready for takeoff. Now we're ready for takeoff. I appreciate that. Appreciate everyone being here. If you're stumbling in, I appreciate if you click the like button. It's a very great support so that others will hear this message today. A lot of people might be experiencing a lot of these shifts, and we're going to be discussing a lot of that today. We're going to be talking about sleep. Couple of comments that came in that really, we work together. We're a community here that really shine a light on what's going on. And sometimes you have to put things into words, and you might not have the experience yourself, but that type of wording of the experience, if you will, is very helpful for others to understand what's going on. We'll be talking about maybe how the lens of reality. Are you seeing things differently outside? Are the colors more vibrant? We'll be talking about that today. Synchronicities on the beach, right? Yesterday was a very powerful day, as a very powerful plane is got to make noise during the live stream. Seeing a lot of synchronicities. Other people really maximizing the summer energy right off the bat. I left a video yesterday. If you didn't see that, later in the day when the solstice was at its peak, right? We have to maximize the sun, and it was great seeing a lot of people out on the beach doing these things yesterday. And know that most of the light is coming in now. So this is 2024, it's the 8th year of abundance. We are now entering the season where we're going to have to maximize. So if you want to maximize all these things, you're at the right place. And a lot of the changes that we're experiencing physically are part of our energetic shift as well. So appreciate everyone being here. Appreciate if you share the message and hit the like button. And let's get the show on the road. Yes, ADK, that is the pinnacle. The sun is the brightest right now. We're getting the most incoming light. So we have to maximize what's coming into us. So God is preparing us to totally upgrade. And your body might be totally upgrading. And the number one thing, I've been experiencing this all week. And I've been saying how deep the sleep has been. And you might be hearing this right now. So I actually got a comment yesterday, and the person wrote, it's like coming out of anesthesia. That's how deep this, like you're totally like discombobulated. So I never had anesthesia. So this is how we work together. That might be a good way of explaining it if maybe someone experienced that. But if you are experiencing like sleep like never before, like you're sleeping so deep, so silent, that's where most of our healing is done. We heal mostly during our sleep, right? That's why if you're sick, if you're injured, it's really important to get a good night's sleep. So we're changing, all of our cells are changing, we're upgrading. So the bodily changes are happening during our sleep. So that's why you might be sleeping extra deep right now. Hughes, thank you so much. Bless you, Mike, for your spiritual teaching. I appreciate you, Hughes. Thanks so much for that. So when you are going through this very deep sleep, right? So much transformation is happening at night. And I know that a lot of people, you know, they're a little bit more conscious and aware when they are sleeping. They have lucid dreams. They have dreams or experiences of traveling all over the place, right? I don't really have many of these experiences. But lucid dreaming, the quality, the deepness of your dreams, they're leaving you messages. So when you go through a time period where, and this actually happened for me in the past, where I had very vivid dreams that left a lot of messages. It happened during, you know, just maybe a couple of month period, and it really never reached that pinnacle. It happens once in a while where I'll get very vivid dreams, but you're getting messages while you are sleeping. And right on cue, peaceful dreams. Thank you so much for that. Love you and thanks for all you do. I appreciate you, peaceful dreams. You're going to dream peacefully tonight. You're going to learn tonight. Outside, when you are outside, the colors might seem different to you. And this is an interesting change. So a lot of times when we are thinking about the changes, is the outer world, and this is where, you know, you have to really think deep, is the outer world changing, or are you changing, your internal is changing in the way that you perceive the outside world is changing? So, and I saw that yesterday when the light was reflecting the beach that I was going to. You had to like walk on this, you know, wooden trail that goes above all this greenery. And the way the sun was hitting it, I was like, wow, the green looks different. Like it's almost like it's not even real. It was so bright. It was like a neon green. And the greens looked, you know, so very bright. So that is something that you might be experiencing, how you're perceiving reality. Someone also wrote that in the comments. When you're outside, it seems like it's not even real lately. So you might be experiencing that as well. I'm just reading the chat right now. So yeah, if you're experiencing the colors, you can get the colors going in the chat. But the way that you're perceiving the colors might be different as well. When I was sitting out on the beach, this is story time with Uncle Mike. My friends always think how funny it is how I'll say like metaphysical stuff and say it very casually. Right, so I'll just be like, oh yeah, we're out in the sun, and you're like, what are you doing? Oh yeah, we're activating the DNA. You know, you'll look at the sun when it's lower, and you want to sun gaze. You know, we're just activating the pineal. So a lot of my friends think it's funny how I just make it very casual, but that's actually where our lives are going. So, you know, you might be going to the beach with your friends. And what are you doing? Oh, you know, just activating the DNA, you know. So that's your Uncle Mike when he goes out there. But yesterday was the solstice, and it was interesting to see. It was a group of people, and, you know, I just do my own thing on my own. But they had like a group, and they were all laying down, and I don't know, they had chimes and bells and all this stuff. And you know, a lot of people are aware of the power of this season. And, you know, when I'm sitting back and I'm looking at that, to see more and more people conscious and aware. So it really is like there's two different realities. So you could see people that are out in nature, that are enjoying nature, and they're tuned into that. And some people are just tuned into the TV. So, like, a lot of people like don't realize, like, how could it be like there's two worlds? Like, sometimes people think like there's like going to be a second Earth that comes into, oh look, there's another Earth, we're just going to go to that Earth. It doesn't work that way. But when you think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration, right, you start to understand how there is a new Earth, how you are ascending. So there's people that are totally disconnected from the matrix. They're not watching the, the mainstream TV. They're not embedded in fear, guilt, and shame. They're actually out in nature. They're actually utilizing the energies of nature. And that's how, you can know people your whole life, but some people went one path and some people went another path. And that's okay. It's free will. But this is just to answer the question. Some people, how is there the rapture? How is there two different free? How are they, because some people are on a frequency and they don't want to change and they keep going on that frequency, or they're tuned in, right? And you have to be grateful. You have to be grateful for things. I'm grateful for YouTube because years ago I stumbled across Nikola Tesla and the secrets of vibration and frequency. And I learned about the 528 hertz frequency and all of these frequencies, the sounds. We're not realizing that every cell is vibrating, and it's vibrating at a certain frequency. So, years ago, it was it's just a sound. It's not a big deal, but it's actually everything. Okay, lights and sounds. It's actually everything. All right. If you're learning something new, please smash the like button if you're just joining us, because God is preparing us for true ascension this year. And the number one thing that you might be experiencing is, over the past week, you are sleeping so deeply, and you know that you're upgrading. I've talked about the spine. The spine is acting up again. The spine is like our receiver. So, when you think about the energy that is coming in, that's coursing down, and you might feel that pain. So I got to readjust the base of the spine. And if you're new to the channel, it was a little over a week ago. You could see that full video that I talk specifically about the spine, the Kundalini fire, the Holy Spirit fire. It's blazing, light warriors. When this really goes world famous, that's going to be like a world famous. It's going to be like a meme. It's blazing. That's my first video on the Holy Spirit fire out in the sun. But you might be experiencing the Holy Spirit fire, and it's not comfortable. So, when you feel the pressurized inside, it's like the Heinrich metamorphosis. But your tolerance for fake and phony is through the roof. You have zero tolerance, right? You're motivated to say enough of this. So that's going back to earlier in the lesson. That's how you have people, they're numb, they watch the TV, that's okay. And then you have people that are out in nature, a whole group of people, chimes, bells, all this stuff, right? And they're out in the sun, in grounding on the beach, maximizing. Okay, that's why I left that. It's a short video. I left it yesterday. I know I don't usually post in the afternoon. Head over to the channel page, listen to that. It's 3 minutes. That's what you need. You need to focus on those 3 minutes all summer long. All right, so just when what I feel innately, intuitively, and now I see a group of people, it's confirmation. A lot of people are waking up. If you want abundance this year, right? This is the 8th year of abundance. It's 8 abundance. But you have to focus. This is the most potent time. Doesn't mean abundance comes falling into your lap right now. You are planting the seeds. What you're doing right now, everything you do this summer is going to be the reason why you have abundance in the future, why you are on a new timeline, why you're on the new quote-unquote earth in the future. So we're all changing and we're upgrading. So there's lenses in your eyes. If you're starting to see brighter colors like never before, the greens are greener, neon green, the greens are greener. There's lenses in our eyes that actually filter UV light, right? So a butterfly, that's how they mate. The butterfly is able to see ultraviolet light, and they could see it within people. Some of you are able, some of you bypass some of these things, and the more that we upgrade the things that are maybe holding us back for a long period of time, they're being released. We also have to realize we can't take in too much information for this life all at once. So that's why we are going through ascension symptoms. That's why we are going through metamorphosis at this time. So in the past, you know, you might not have wanted to see ultraviolet. It was too much. That's why they say sometimes when you deal with the spiritual realm or things like that, you have to be open to it because it might be too much for you to handle all at once. That's why we don't have all of our past life memories. It might be too much. And now we're going on soul retrieval. If you're new to the channel, you go to last month, we went on soul retrieval, right? I appreciate that, Brandy. Appreciate that. Appreciate the beautiful comments. So the rods and the cones in our eyes are probably upgrading, right? And that's why we are seeing, and I've been seeing this. I just see it more, it's more apparent now. And when you go outside, if the colors of nature look brighter than ever before, so we could say, is the world, like, it's just ways of thinking. There's no right or wrong to this because it's all actually our experience regardless. Like, and I'm just giving you, it's not related, but a similar thing. Like people that argue, right? Like, is the world flat? Is the world round? Is the world this? It doesn't matter. It's just, I gotta go. I gotta keep moving. I gotta keep living my everyday life. So is the outside world, is the actual reality upgrading? Is that why the colors are changing? Or am I changing? And now the way that I view the colors, I'm able to see the more light. I'm seeing more light. So it's just an interesting thing to talk about. It's an interesting thing to analyze, but it's really simple. A lot of this ascension is very confusing to most people. Right here on this channel, we try to make it relatable to everyone. And when it is from God, it is simple. Ready? Energy is the ability to cause change. We could detect energy's presence by noticing the change. So if you notice the change, energy had to cause it. And where are the scientific things we're seeing? We're seeing spikes in the Schumann resonance. We're seeing solar activity, solar flares, solar storms. All of these things are changing us, it's changing the outside. So it doesn't matter if all of the reality is upgrading or we're upgrading and our perception of the reality. I know we're going deep here. Your Uncle Mike likes to go deep, right? We get it deep outside. We got to be out in the light more, right? So is it the rods and the cones that are coming on? And this has actually been shown. It's actually been shown in more females have more rods and cones, and they could see more. So this was actually a study as well. So certain people that are able to see brighter colors, see more, the rods, the cones in your eyes are coming online. Poet 144 Haddad, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Appreciate you. The more you set, and the more you set in the ether what you want to accomplish, and the more that you act on your passion, you act on your vocation, you act on your mission, God supplies you with more. Once again, the more you act on your vocation, the more you act on your passion, the more you act on your mission, God supplies you with more. So that's why God is preparing us for true ascension this year. And God is supplying us with the energy we need. God is supplying us with the people that we need by our side. God is supplying us with situations that are going to help us expand to a higher level of consciousness. It's going to raise our vibrational frequency. God is going to supply more the more that you act on your mission, the more that you act on your vocation, the more that you act on your passion. Your Uncle Mike likes to touch on everything. That's why I use multiple terms so that people can understand it. Regardless of your background, regardless of what you study, you come to our everyday lives and you can improve your life. If you're new, I appreciate if you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as we're strolling in right now. Different modalities. This is, and I've shared this. I'll keep repeating it. I did the video on quantum chaos. Quantum. You don't know where it's coming from. Where is it coming from, right? It's coming from the quantum. Quantum is unpredictable, right? So that's why you have to have different modalities to ascend. Your Uncle Mike has different modalities because I study many different backgrounds. I study many different cultures. And that's how you're able to truthfully ascend, not being limited. We were separated on purpose. Did you know that? So there's people that stroll in, oh, how can you combine? This is blasphemy, right? They get all upset, right? Because they think their way is the only way. And then at the end of this, they're going to feel so small. They get smaller and smaller, and we rise and rise. You get the starbursts. Are you rising like a star right now? The stars are rising. Everyone's watching. The hammers are laying down. Lisa's got the hammers bashing down right now. The hammers are coming down. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, it's ethereal. This is what goes on. So you have to, if you want to know how to do this, again, watch that video. It's 3 minutes. It's going to prepare you for this summer. You got to strap on the full armor of God. You got to bulldoze over everything. You got to keep an open mind. Okay, it is one of the first attributes of science. You have to keep an open mind. A lot of people don't keep an open mind. And this is a time period of differentiation. This is the time period, as the Macho Man once said, the cream rises to the top. Ooh, yeah. And it lasts the test of time. The cream rises to the top. Ascension, rising to the top. You could write it in the comments. 1,000 people, the cream rises to the top. And you're going to rise to the top. And if you believe, you have to believe in yourself, though. No one's going to ascend for you. There are so many, it's the same character. See what, and I've shared this. It's like I can't even get the words out. The same thing that you see in everyday life is still part of the spiritual aspects, right? People want to ascend for me. People look for quick fixes. They don't want to actually, I did a video on it. I heard a commercial. Don't work out. Don't fast. Just take this pill. You'll be in shape. Oh my God, right? Everyone rushes because they don't think about when you put effort into something, when you put your heart and soul into something, you rise up like never before. You have to stay focused on that. There's so many things out there. They want the quick fix. Oh, look at that. The Soul Sisters of the Violet Flame are here. I appreciate everyone being here. So the more that you act on your vocation, your mission, your passion, God is going to send more assistance. More and more assistance comes. More and more assistance comes. If you have to force your beliefs onto someone, you know that it has no power. If there is a person, if there is something you watch out there, if they have to force their beliefs onto, oh, you have to do this, you have to believe this, blasphemy, hellfire, and brimstone, they know it has no power. They know it has no power. I simplify everything, right? You don't have to complicate things. When it's complicated, that means there's got to be a middleman. I go directly to the source. I go directly to God. Straight connection. Straight. Right there. Boom. When they have to force anyone in your life, regardless of what it is, what are the things you see out there? They force you. They know it has no power, because when they can't control you, they try to control the narrative. They will try to control the narrative about you when you are rising, when you have true power, and they are a copier, when they are only a parasite. They will try to control the narrative about you. The truth is the truth. There's no manipulation, and that's what is happening right now. We're leaving that that time period of the illusion. We're leaving the Maya. We're rising up to the new earth. God is preparing us for true ascension this year. Sometimes we don't realize what is the highest outcome, and in our mind we're like, "Oh, this is terrible. right? But God knows your journey and yourself better than you. I did that video. If you're new, go to that first playlist on the channel. God knows you and your journey better than yourself. The only one that does. Not false idols out there. Stop going to people. Tell me, listen, you got to have friends. You got to have people. How do you do this? Ready? You have to have discernment, clairsentience. Feel people's energy. If you feel it in your gut, you got to get them out and move forward. People are giving their life force energy away to false idols. People are giving their life force energy away to people on social media that think that they know it all, but they actually know nothing at all. That's the truth. Hit the like button if I'm speaking the truth. So what you need to do is you have to use discernment. Okay, I feel, and again, invite everyone in, and then you sort it out. You can't live in fear. God is preparing us for true ascension this year. Invite everyone in. And when you fine-tune your skills, that's why you might be in your isolation season, right? You might be going through your tribulation. Know your season. You better know your season. Don't fight against it. But there's a reason for your season. So you can fine-tune your skills. And this way you have that discernment. This way, immediately your Uncle Mike is able to see. I could see, okay, that's good. That's Jezebel spirit. That's Christ woman. Okay? That's how I am, right? So that's why there's many people, right? They see your Uncle Mike, they glow. They glow like a glowworm. Remember the glowworms when we were kids? Remember the glowworms? And then there's people that growl and run away because your Uncle Mike has that frequency. When you have the Christ energy inside of you, you know, so I see Christ woman over there and I see Jezebel over there. You don't have to question. I don't have to question anything. You don't have to question anything. I can't express enough the power of detoxification to help assist this ascension process. A lot of you have been watching your Uncle Mike on this process. I take out the accountability mirror on myself. I was not a Mr. Faster. Mr. Faster. I was like, nonsense with this fast. I got to eat and get big, right? But in the end, right? And this will be good evidence for people to, like sometimes I even try to eat more because I go on my old programs. Oh, I have to eat 6 meals a day to try to get big if I'm working out. But it's interesting when you could eat 40% and almost achieve the same thing. When you can't eat enough, here's advice. This is just advice. This is what I do on my journey. And this could tie into many ways. How much you could fit into your stomach, financial, how much things cost. If you are eating a smaller amount, focus on the quality of the food. Eat a smaller amount of quality of food. It's not just about mass, eat more. It's a totally different way of thinking. I had to change the way I thought about this. Okay? Please smash the like button if you're learning something from this, if it's improving your life. More and more people are coming in right now. Appreciate that. Yeah, the quality of the water, Arlene, so important. Quality of the water. When to detox, when to grow. When to cleanse, right? When to activate autophagy, and when to start building. Time for this, time for that. My Nana trained me well, right? Those that have been here. My Nana trained me well. There's a time for this and a time for that. This is a time period. This is a summer. This is a coronation this summer. The kings and the queens are rising. If you're going to ascend this summer, you get the crowns going in the chat. We're ascending to a higher dimensional plane of existence. And if you want to ascend to a higher plane of existence, you don't just sit there and just say, oh, here comes the ascension. It's amazing, the bugs and stuff. I'm always getting friends visiting. It's interesting the things that you come across. So many signs, so many synchronicities. Love the animals. I love all the animals except for that giant spider that was like, if you missed the live stream the other day, I put pictures of it up on Patreon. That was crazy, that thing. So, but no, you got to love the animals. Yeah. I like the little ones are all right. That big giant one, that was out of control. It was like the human hand size. So, we'll make it a thing. Trust the process. There's processes that are happening to help you ascend to the highest form of your existence. You know, it's still like, this is the time. This is the time to be out in the sun. AQ, I appreciate you, AQ. Thank you so much for that. Love you, AQ. Still going every single day. Keep going. All right. So utilize the summer, utilize nature, utilize what you have. All right. And approach things differently. I literally embody this. Some things are done, like I keep saying, practice what you preach, son. I do so many different things. Sometimes I'm you know, in the YouTube studio, at the beach, outside. Now I'm trying to do something different. You always have to change it up. Just like you get different nutrients from different foods, okay? Neuroplasticity. Start building new neural pathways in your brain by doing different things over the course of your everyday life, and stop repeating the same thing. It is essential to have important routines and rituals. They're gonna make you successful. So like how I have a hard line when I wake up. I have my morning routine. I have my 9 o'clock video, 9 a.m. Eastern time. If you're new to the channel, we have daily videos. Please hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell. 9 a.m. Eastern. We are actually a global community, so some of you have to check out what time I will appear. That bell will ring on your phone, 9 a.m. Eastern. Okay. Peaceful Right Central. Yeah. So it is important. This is a time period. We are expanding, but we're in the pause right now. We're in the quiet time right now. And it's not easy. Like, I could focus my energy to create a beautiful live stream, create a beautiful video, but then Uncle Mike has to rest. And you know, it was funny. The other day I was like curled up in the fetal position on the couch, like resting, and it's like yeah, they say, oh, he's so strong, he's all this, that, and then I'm like sleeping, drool coming out, like taking a nap. So you really have to. Ascension is happening right now, not tomorrow. Now. And this is the season. So if you want to take part of this, take the journey with us all summer long. This is the summer of assert dominance. Kelly writes it too, right? If you're feeling extra tired, if you're sleeping deeper, if it feels, I never experienced this. This was a comment from one of our light warriors. If you are feeling when you wake up, it's like coming out of anesthesia. That's how deep the sleep has been. Okay, we heal. We do most of our healing while we are sleeping. So therefore, if we're really changing our body, all the cells, everything's changing, this happens while we're sleeping. And that's where the majority of these things are taking place. So I love each and every one of you. God is preparing us for true ascension. We have a lot of things coming out on this channel, so I appreciate it. Show up later today. We had a video yesterday afternoon, which we don't normally do, so a lot of you missed that. Take 3 minutes. Embrace that. Watch the video over and over again. We have to be simple. I teach you the basics. 3 minutes. Focus on the 3 minutes. You got 3 minutes with the bones. You got 3 minutes. And focus on that until this summer, every day. Focus on that. Know who you are. Know who you are. Know thyself. Know thyself. Too many people don't know thyself. I know thyself. When you are able to know yourself without the narrative being altered, without just be yourself. Just live in authenticity. Right? And there's science behind this. Dr. Gabor teaches us this as well. You got to be in authenticity. Otherwise, your physical health will decline. Your body's telling you something is off. Got to live in authenticity. And that's what we're going to do all summer long for the summer of assert dominance. You could write it in the comments. Assert dominance. I love you all. This is a party this summer. We're having a party. It's the Our Everyday Lives party. All right? So that's how you have to treat life. Life is a vacation. If you want to improve in all three phases, physically, mentally, and spiritually, why don't you hit the subscribe button on this channel? Show up every day. Strive to become 1% better every single day. By the end of this year, the year of abundance, you will be on the brand new timeline in a brand new reality, actually living the life that you deserve. You do deserve. A lot of people have subconscious programs of lack. I do not deserve. Throw those old programs out. I do deserve. I deserve the best, and I'm going to receive it all. I am going to receive the abundance this summer. Focus on these words. It's a party here. Ain't nothing but a party, kid. That's what Ascension is all about. I love you all. Share the video if it resonates with you. Come back later today. Check out the channel page. We have so many things to help you improve your everyday life, become the best version of yourself. 3 phases, 3 minutes. Tesla said 3, 6, 9. If you knew the magnificence of 3, 6, and 9, you would hold the keys to the universe. I love each and every one of you. I appreciate you. This is a powerful summer. Show up every day, and let's improve our everyday lives.